Alright, welcome to another video. Chris here. Today we'll be talking about Canyon and how you can level up as an engineer from level 20 to a level 25. Let's get started. Alright, so first of all, I want to point out some really important changes about the Canyon. If your own faction owns the base, either from the northern part or from the southern part. So for the northern part, since we're Black Sunset and my faction is Black Sunset, I will no longer be able to visit D11 or for the southern part on C65. The only safe zones that I will be able to visit will be from E37 over here, from another one for the southern E66, and then one more for the southern would be E79. So those two are gonna be for the south, and then the E37 is gonna be for the northern. Keep in mind that if you visit D11, you would automatically die and you will be teleported to A11 on the other side of the map. Alright, now I want to talk about bases. So if you go to your map, you will see on the northern part of the canyon this one right here, and on the southern this one. So for the north base, it's always first when it comes open for capture. So as you can see here, I have 4 hours and 40 minutes until it can be open for the opposite faction to capture. Now, when it's gonna be open for capture is going to last for an hour. So the opposite faction has only 1 hour remaining until they can capture it. Now, after the 1 hour clock countdown will close, is gonna be here 6 hours. Now for this is gonna be the same for the south, but for the south is gonna be 7 hours. Alright, now how you can get in the base. There are actually a few ways to go to the base. One is gonna be longer and one is gonna be shorter. I'll show you both ways. So the first way, if you go here to your inventory, again, if you have it prior, it's gonna be good. If you don't have it, you can ask for it. You can ask deputies or clan leaders for this item, and you have to charge it with M1 battery and its necessity. I think we talked about it on the previous video, but here it is again. So if you have this, right click, use, and you can go to either of the bases. This is gonna be north and this is gonna be south. Now the other way to do this is either you can go to this radio anomaly teleport, that it will teleport you around here. It could teleport you actually inside around the cave over here, or it could teleport you from the F3 grid, or it could actually teleport you on the F2 grid. But always you need to remember this is going to teleport you closer to the base. Now a third way, which I don't know, most people would not really go for it, but I would do it anyways, is you can go from the bridge and you just press space, boom, and this is it. And you just have to go straight forward and all the way straight. You'll go exit here and then you have to walk all over to the base. Alright, I'm assuming you made it to the base, so there's some stuff I want to talk about before we even get started to the really amazing farming. MHP 1 and best, it costs 7k each. It's level 13 minimum requirement. You need only 5 intelligence for this. Now this device, I don't recommend using it, especially when you are at your first levels of level 20 until level 25. I would not recommend you using it. First of all, there's so many downsides to this, which the first is that it's really expensive when you don't have a lot of money laying around you. Okay, when you don't have so much money, it would not be such a great idea to go for it. Even if you have money, let's say if you had millions of tokens over here, still it would be a waste of your money. Because if you see here, there's an energy that you need to go and charge it over time. Now, I'm not really sure how long you need it, but it might be like for 10 minutes possibly. It depends for how long you're using it. And here will be the battery that you need, and it's gonna cost 500 tokens each. So, in my opinion, it is not something that you really need. I totally suggest using healing grenades, large antidotes, which you can find over here on the medicine, and use bandages. Now, those three medical supplies will help you farm the monster that I'm going to show you. And for the UMP, and here a few people have been actually confused which one they should use. Use the FMG and do not use the AP. As you can see over here, it's 50 points, 50 points of damage difference, and yeah, it actually has a big difference comparing and to the price, but also to the damage. Now, the monster that we will be farming, it will be Sun Spider, and it's a new kind of a spider that I will be showing to you right now how you can properly farm it. Alright, for this one, I would totally recommend to actually activate prior your large antidote. Now we're gonna go to this one, which is more closer, but there are a lot more spots that you can actually farm the sun spiders. Now, the lowest level you can find for sun spiders is gonna be from level 10 until level 18, the highest in the canyon. So this is the lowest. Always leave one or at least two last bullets for the reload so it can become faster. Because if you leave 0 and you try to reload again, you basically have to take more time for the gun to reload since your mastery is still at the beginning. So we get 7,000. Alright, now you may received some good loot from the sun spiders, and I want a little bit to talk about that. So here, I'm actually going to separate what you need to sell and what you don't need to sell. Alright, so here, if you see one of those kind of loots, the meat, the clothes, or the glands, their legs, or the biomaterials over here, sell those. For this ones, for the precious metals, for the no ferrous metals, for the lead, for the sulfur, or for the polymer, do not sell those. Actually keep those, because you will need those to actually craft first to melt so you can make bars, and from there you can create ammunition if you really want to. So just another thing that you need to keep in mind. And here you can just go here and sell those, and if you have a really big quantity, basically you can get pretty good tokens over here. And it's just won 5,000, 5.6 thousand. Alright, now I want to show you what are good spots to farm sun spiders. Alright, the first good spot that I would recommend is gonna be over here. So I'm gonna mark it, and I'm gonna have here sun spider. This will be on F2 9, D2 3. Usually not many people will go there. Actually most of the times neutrals would go here because it's very close to the guide, but you cannot do that anymore. So basically opposite faction people would be able to do this. And you can go to B23, one more over here. Not many people actually know this, but actually if you go to this hill all the way down here, now over here on the C4 you can also find sun spiders over here on C4. Over here on the B45. Now we're going obviously to the southern part. A7 3 with a B7 1. You can find here sun spiders. On F6 2 you can find these sun spiders. But I would totally recommend for the north to go one of those three three spots. For the south, I would totally recommend to go either to this one or to the C4 or to B4. I would totally suggest you use premium from level 20 to level 25 because it has an amazing features. Let's check them out. Alright, what is premium? In short words, premium is actually a booster. So if you press J on your PDA, you'll see here premium status, and if you see it gold, this means you have premium. If you see it gray, this means you don't have premium, right? So here you will see when it would be expiring. You will see the year, the month, the day, and the time, the advantages. All right. Now, the first thing is that whatever you buy from the premium store, this is what it really means. The first one, it can be put, but also can be taken from your account inventory. And in order to see your account inventory, you press U, which is for account inventory, and you'll be able to see all your items that are premium. Now, in order to actually see what is premium and if it's gonna be able to put your account inventory, you can see it over here. For example, Scrambler I have, and it says can be put to account inventory. If you don't see this message on your item, this means that you can put it. Okay. Now, next thing is about it's about the booster that I was talking about. So here the second advantage is that you can increase the chance of the loot from the monsters by 20%. Now, a lot of people have been not understanding what this means. What this basically means, that when you kill a monster and you have premium, you're basically getting 20% more chances that you can get a better or more loot than comparing if you didn't have premium. And any monster you'll be killing, you will not be getting the loot, the amount or the quality of the loot depending on the monster, that if you had premium. Now this is the same thing for an NPC, and again this is exactly the same thing about boxes. When you're looting boxes or like scavenging around houses, but it gives you only 10%. Now, the most interesting is the 5 and 6 advantage here, in my opinion. You can gain experience points literally by 50% more. I think that's a really huge boost, especially when you're not in a clan, and or even that you're not even in a faction. I feel this is really very, very beneficial for a lot of players that they will get them really fast leveling up. Now, the sixth one is basically the same thing. It's a boost that gives you for weapons usage experience, for equipment, when you repair something, and when you use medicine. And you'll be able to see your character info on the top here, and you'll be able to see your experience, your medicine experience, your craft experience, your repair experience, your mining experience, and your survival experience. Also, you'll be able to see it in more simplified view over here, and your guns mastery over here. I want to show you this, that my UMP in the beginning of the video was 0. I was farming for literally 4 to 5 hours. That's exactly how much time I spent it actually farming. It was actually yesterday. So I spent it farming for for a few hours, and within a few hours, I got my UMP 100%. So press J again, and here you'll see that you have additional character emotions. If you press N for the radical menu, it's dances. You can use one of those dances over here, and yeah, and with escape you just will exit out from the menu. Now, on the last feature that premium gives you is it gives you a special stash that you can place your loot when you're farming. The main difference of this. So if I have here, if you press I for your inventory, you'll see here a place stash. Okay, and we have two different kind of stashes. I will first show the usual stash. For me, I call it the common stash because it's very common. With this is that this guy over here and this guys over here will be able to see it. You see, they're able to see it. But if we place premium stash over here, nobody will be able to see this. Nobody will be able to see it, and we have 50 more to place anything that we want. Okay, now in order to be able to see the stash, you need to have premium enabled. If you do not have premium enabled, you will not be able to view your premium stash. You'll be able to view where it is, but you will not be able to enter it. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.